Ventrac is well known for its performance on slopes. One secret to Ventrac's superb slope operation is the often misunderstood weight transfer system. In this video, we'll be demonstrating the effects of engaging weight transfer on tractor and attachment performance. This illustration shows the ground forces supporting the tractor and mower deck when weight transfer is not engaged. Nearly all the weight of the deck is carried by its front gauge wheels and the rear roller. Now let's see what happens when we engage weight transfer. You must first fully raise the front hitch to engage the weight transfer system. In this example, we'll be showing weight transfer fully engaged. Finally, lower the front hitch and put the S.D.L.A lever in float. Let's see that change again. Here are the ground forces without weight transfer engaged. And here are the ground forces with weight transfer engaged. First, observe that the ground forces on the mower have been reduced. Second, notice that there is now more ground force on the front tractor tires due to the leveraging of weight transferred to the tractor. This greatly increases front tire traction and braking, but most importantly, increases their resistance to sliding sideways on slopes. Notice how the use of weight transfer allows this tractor with a heavy mower deck to maintain course on a side slope. With weight transfer engaged, some of the attachment weight is transferred to the tractor. As a result, the ground forces on the front tires increase dramatically. How does it do this? With weight transfer engaged, the weight transfer springs are constantly pulling back on the front hitch, putting constant upward tension on the attachment, transferring some of the weight of the front attachment back onto the tractor. This means that the ground forces of the attachment are reduced, while the ground forces on the front of the tractor are increased, resulting in better traction, better braking, and improved resistance to sliding sideways on slopes. To show you how these numbers come about, we teamed up with longtime Ventrac owner and retired engineer Jack Wiley to measure the effects of weight transfer with a standard platform scale.
This is the weight transfer measurement results with the mower completely disconnected from the tractor. The scaled weight of the mower is 465 pounds. When we connect the mower to the tractor and set the weight transfer to 0, shake everything loose so that we made it free as possible, the scaled weight is 433 pounds. So the difference of 465 minus 33 is 32 pounds. That small amount of weight is from portions of the hitch on the mower that is carried by the tractor when it's in mowing position, level, with no weight transfer engaged. Now we start the tractor, raise the deck, engage the weight transfer chains, put the deck back level, and most importantly then, put the system in float. Now the scaled weight of the mower are the total force carried by the front two mower wheels, and the rear roller is 219 pounds. The difference then, 433 with no weight transfer minus 219 with weight transfer, is a net amount of 214 pounds. That comes from the force supporting the front wheels and the roller. Those forces were reduced by that net amount, and it's now carried by the tractor wheels. An increased amount more than that on the front and lesser amount on the rear. Weight is actually removed from the rear. The net result of doing this is that there is more downward force on the front wheels. Therefore, they get more traction and more braking capability. But most importantly, for side slope mowing, they have greater bite and greater control for steering. So the tractor has less tendency for the front to slide downhill. That is the most important effect of engaging weight transfer for side slope mowing.
As we've seen in this demonstration, the weight transfer system can increase ground contact forces on the front tractor tires by more than 40% compared to operating without weight transfer. These increased front tire forces provide the improved traction, braking, and side slope security that accounts for the outstanding performance of a Ventrac on slopes. Here are some other weight transfer tips to keep in mind while operating your Ventrac. Weight transfer's greatest benefit is realized on slopes. Engage the weight transfer to the highest setting where the mower deck performs properly. Always operate with the primary S.D.L.A. lever in the float position to allow the mower deck to follow the terrain. To improve mower striping on level ground, some operators choose to disengage weight transfer to increase ground contact forces. Greater contact forces on the rear mower roller results in a better stripe. Weight transfer can also be used to minimize the downforce of attachments with scraping edges, such as blades and snowblowers, to minimize scratches on paved surfaces or gouging of gravel driveways. Partially engaging weight transfer on lighter attachments, such as power blowers, will minimize turf gouging. However, fully engaging weight transfer with a light attachment will cause it to rise when in float, so in this case a lower weight transfer setting should be used. Using full weight transfer with the slip scoop or excavator will allow the tractor to lift more weight. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about weight transfer. A clear understanding of weight transfer is essential for safe operation on slopes and for getting the best performance out of your Ventrac tractor and front attachments. Ventrac, your one tractor solution.